Hey, Chickadee. How are you, sweetie? Hope everybody's doing well. For those who come in, I know. I think Damn D. And some other people are maybe going live, probably at the same time that I'm going live. So those are in the bushes. Come out the bushes. Come out the little bushes. Unless you are a hater, you might want to stay in the bushes. Hi, how are you? She'd we here. I think I'm saying it right. How are you, sweetie? CC, hey, my girl, how are you? Mr. Goodbar, how are you, sweetie? Yeah, I think Damn D is supposed to be going live pretty soon. I hope I said that right. She'd we here. She'd we here. Okay, I don't want to say it wrong. Thank you for coming through. I appreciate you so much. I appreciate everybody that comes through here. I might cam up, but I might not, just depend on how I feel. If the camera slip, I'll still look okay, so I'm not worried about it. But I'm glad you guys came through. I know it's a lot going on, so a lot of other content creators going live pretty much at the same time. So I'm just trying to get in where I fit in. Thank you so much for coming. And please like, share, and subscribe. And please push the notification button so when I'm going live, I will well, when you know I'm going live, it will pop up on your feed, your YouTube feed. Chicky, we fighting tonight. Oh Lord, Chicky G, Chicky D. He do not know you, do he? Well, Chicky is a fighter like I am, so she definitely is up for it. Not gonna hold you too long tonight. I like to enjoy my Thursday night. I'm sure you guys would too. Just gonna talk a little bit about YouTube and YouTube hurt. If you've ever knew some of my story, you would know that you sometimes you can trust the wrong people. You have good intentions. What you talking about? I can get it too, Mr. Good Boy. Don't do it, Mr. Good Boy. Okay. Hey, Candy. Hey, Kita. How are you, sweeties? I'm so glad you came through. I'm not gonna hold you long. Mr. Good Boy about to get these hands. I'm gonna have to come through there in Cali. I'm gonna have to come through Cali, honey. Hey, Brooklyn. How are you, sweetie? Yeah, get these hands on you, brother. What you talking about? And don't have me, because you know my accent, it'll start to come out when I get upset. Don't have me come get out of my skin, honey. But anyway, I want to talk to you a little bit about YouTube hurt and how if you look at my title, I need to go back. Oh, you in Arizona? Okay. I can come there too. I got family there too. Shoot. If you look at my I'm a little, hold on just a second. At my title, it is a very interesting title. And then look, I gotta go back and look at it. What did I say on my title? See, I'm being real unorganized today. I'm gonna say, hey Chris, how are you? My title basically is about it's nothing like YouTube hurt. I believe that's what it is. And you will experience it if you are a good hearted, I would say good natured person. You have a good heart, you mean well, you come into this social world, the cyber world, not realizing that you have to have the same rules for it, just like you do in your real everyday life. And um, a lot of people in this cyber world is not always who they seem to be. You will have some people that will come to you. I say, "Hey, Yolanda, how are you?" That's my cousin, y'all. Yeah, so you would have, that's one of my millions of cousins, Yolanda. You will have a lot of people that will pretend as if they really have, like they really have a liking towards you. They want to get to know you, just to find out that that's not what that is. They want to know something about you, so maybe they can use it in the future to use it against you. And then you will also have that, well, people will take your kindness for weakness. I'll say that. And I know that I experienced that on here, trying to just have another part of my social life and get out of my comfort zone. People that really know me, they know I'm kind of reserved at first, until you really get to know me. And then once you get to know me, then and I observe that you okay. I feel fine around you. Then I kind of come out just a tad bit, so you can kind of see, okay, I'm a fun person. You can even look, hey, free thinkers, how are you, sweetie? You can even look at my little short. How, I mean, but I would say 2 years ago, I would have never did, and Yolanda knows this. I would have never put a short on YouTube with me dancing or acting silly. Like that would never have been me. So the fact that I'm doing that, I'm really coming out of my shell. I'm coming more into really who I am, and and I'm doing that because it's like you cannot allow. Hey, she stole my thunder. You can't allow, hey, Miss Queen, Sunkiss, you can allow other people to damage you so much, or to make you feel less than, where you forget who you are in the process of everything. And I said, when I went through this stuff, on this app, where I had people coming against me for crazy reasons. I'm like, I've never met you in real life. You start to, I guess, kind of be a little insecure and very paranoid. And for at once you wasn't paranoid, because you coming in thinking, oh, you're not saying everybody's like you, but you feel like too, most people know what decency is, but most people don't know what decency is. Most people don't know what real friendship is. Most people don't know what loyalty is. And some of the same people saying, I'm real, they are the main ones that are not real. They are not authentic. They hide behind a mask because they want you to believe that they are this type of person when they really are not. And so that's what you come in contact. And you need to have the, hey, MG, how are you, sweetie? You need to have the same mindset when you're on the internet dealing with other people. If you haven't learned from all the stuff that you've seen, you got people that used to be cool with each other are no longer cool with each other. People telling people's personal business or things that they've said in private. You have, and then when they get mad at you, they'll expose it. That's why now I'm very cautious, even in my personal life, of who I tell my personal business to, because you have no idea. It may be somebody maliciously that you're telling it to, and they could tell another person, or it could be someone that is not trying to be malicious, and it comes out. Yes, Yolanda, family is the same way. You have to guard your heart with all diligence, with family, friends, associates, and just people in general that you meet every day. You can't let everybody in your personal space. And that's one thing I learned on YouTube, that that is not the wise idea. Some of the few people that I still do talk to today is because they have been tried and proven, and vice versa. I have been tried and proven in their life. So and even those that I I'm getting to know, that's nothing but the grace of God, because I'm very guarded now. I'm so guarded to where it would be kind of tough for anybody to come through. But when I do feel someone is a tad bit, they're safe to an extent, I'll kind of just open up just a tad bit. But I know now my boundaries, how far to go with somebody, how far not to go with somebody, what to tell and what not to tell. And you have to do that with everyone. Everybody needs to be, I would say, vetted or vented. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but you really need to go through a process where you really try to observe people and kind of check people out to see if they really are trustworthy. And sometimes you got to find out, are you trustworthy? Are you a person that when someone tells you something, you can actually keep it? You see, sometimes we look at other people, but we also need to look at ourselves. I've been through some stuff on here. Um, Yes, you can't trust these muffos on YouTube, especially if they don't create content. Right. I have never seen people that don't even have a channel, and they will go and put things in the chat. And so they'll put seeds, I call them little seeds. They put seeds in the chat about someone else, not knowing that with that you're creating something negative for another person that might not be true, right? And then you also have some content creators that will work together behind the scenes against another subscriber, right? And they're trying to create content based off of that subscriber. See, you have a lot of that going on. And when you see how people move and on this YouTube app, take the same of I would say precaution. Be very cautious with people in if you're in your real life, do it on YouTube. Never get too close to people where you let your whole guard down. Hey Nate the Gray, how are you doing, sweetie? Never get too close to someone, because at the end of the day, nobody on here knows everybody. Nobody on here knows each other to the extent, I would say, unless you have a personal relationship with that person. But you can't say that you know these people in order for these people to share your business. You can't do that. And then you'll have other subscribers going against another subscriber because they at one point liked them, but now they don't. So now they gonna start talking. Now here you go, and some I know I've said some things to people, and they were lies because I wanted to see was they gonna come back. And when they did, I was like, okay, you proved to be just what I thought you was. I thought you could have been okay, but then something said, "Let me test this person. Let me tell this person something that I just to say something and see if it comes back." Then you'll find out a year later when you piss that person off, or a few months later, then they start telling another content creator, and then they put it on live, you know, because that content creator is against you and then that person's against you. So I would say, yeah, there were some things I lied about to see if they came back. And when they came back, I was like, aha, you really don't know. I just told you that to see, and it actually came back. Right. So I have tested people a lot of times, and idiots didn't even know it. I didn't even know it, you know. But when I tell you guys think certain things on here, I am telling you by experience. It's nothing that I'm making up personally. I'm telling you exactly what I have experienced, what I've dealt with. But when you get to know people on here, and some people you think they're okay, that they're fun loving, that they're free spirit, that they care about other people, then hey, JB, you find out that your name is on a community post because of their I would say their thinking error, their paranoia. And then you really don't know what someone told them, right? You don't know if, say, for instance, this is just hypothetical. If you met someone and they are a person that likes to troll, they have different. I'm giving you an example. They have different troll accounts. Now, this person seems like they like you. They're getting to know you, and you're kind of like, well, they seem okay. So you put your guard down just a tad bit, and and they'll get to know little certain things about you, right? And then, but the person that has the trolls accounts, they're just collecting information. It's not because they're actually wanting to get to know you. They're just collecting the information so that when need to be, they can use it for their advantage, right? Then, yeah, that's cool. Enjoy the celebrity status. They're talking about you and creating content. Wow, that's crazy. But yeah, that's really how people do. That's how a lot of celebrities, they get really irritated because there's a lot of that going on. People will get close to celebrities just to find out certain things, and then, say for instance, if they die or there something happens to them, they end up exposing the information that that person shared to them in private. I think that's really unfortunate, but that's the state of people in this day and time. People that move like that are always seen as losers to me. Right. Hi, channel. How are you, sweet? Forbes? Okay. Hope I'm saying that right, Forbes. Um, my name is my name and I don't play with that. Okay. I know that's right. Look at the singer Selena. Correct. And Selena, she was very good natured. If you watch the movie, and hey Tam Tam, and you watch what some of her fans and even some of the people that knew Selena and her family, they said, Selena was a very good person. She was very good natured, and she was very trusting when she shouldn't have been, right? Um, Thank you. Okay. She was very trusting when she shouldn't have been. Anything for Selena's. Yes, yes, yes. But she was very trusting. And she trusted that lady, Yolanda Salvador. I think I'm pronouncing it correctly. I don't know. But anyway, the lady came off with good intention. But I'm gonna go back to that. But anyway, the person has a lot of troll accounts. So this person is just collecting some information on you that, just a little information. So then when you're not looking and paying attention, then that same person that was collecting information on you that has these trolls accounts, they'll get in different chats and start putting stuff in the chats. And it's like some people are like, man, who is this person? Do they know this person? But and it's like they have been talking to the person just a little bit, so they got a little information, and then they'll mix it up with some lies, and then they'll put it in a chat, and so people will start to look at that. Is this what Selena did? What? Who? And they're trying to figure out, who is this troll? Who is this person? But the person the whole time was trying to get close to the person that they talking about. Hey, Captain Wolf, how you doing, sweetie? Hey, Realist, how are you? So glad you guys came in. So you hear a lot of that. And then they start putting stuff in the chat, and you're like, wait a minute. So if you actually knew the person that you were kind of talking to, hey, my Harley, if you knew exactly who that person was, you'll be like, dang, I thought this person actually liked me. But the person didn't like you. They were just collecting information. They was getting just enough close to you and being just nice enough to collect information so that they can put it in chats, and people are starting to say, look at that and be like, okay, wow, I can't believe this. You know what I'm saying? So you have to really be cautious the people that come across really nice and really helpful, because you really just don't know if that's really their real intention. You just don't know. But I have seen that. I have seen that. I think have experienced that. I'm not sure, but I'm very cautious to the point now where now I hold a lot of people, probably some I shouldn't, but until I feel safe, I hold people with a long handle spoon. Right, Keita. I'm too old for the fake shit. Either I like you or I don't. Correct. I don't get it. Like I don't. I had. I don't be around people that I actually don't like. A lot of misery on this app, entertain themselves to at others' expense. Correct. Like you gonna know if I don't like somebody. If I gotta violate you, I'm gonna violate you. I ain't gonna say nothing behind your back that I won't speak 5 inches from your face. I'm too lazy for the Harvey Dent. I know that's right. We ain't got time for that, in real life though. So um that's how I feel about it. But back to Selena. She was very good natured, almost a little bit of naivety and gullible. To the point where she wasn't really paying attention. And you can't blame her in a way because she was so busy. She had several businesses. She was also performing on, hey, Denise. She was also performing, and she just was not paying attention to the details of people as much. You really will know if Selena don't like you. Correct. And Yolanda is very correct. Yolanda is my first cousin. Like I said, I have a million cousins, and I'm not lying about that. So, and Yolanda's a fighter too. So Yolanda, she knows when I don't like you. There's no kind of fakeness about me on it, like for real. Rich, how you doing, sweetie? I'm glad you came through. Very true. So Selena was a sweet person and she wasn't paying attention. She did not pay attention to the details of who was around her, who was handling her business. But she had her father, Abraham. Her father, Abraham, was a man he's lived life. So he knows how people really are, the nature of a lot of people, right? And when you know the nature of people, you really don't take people very you don't take them on face value a lot of times. You understand the nature of people is to get close to you sometimes to get what you want have, to maybe see what you have and see how to get it. Sometimes the nature of people is very selfish. Sometimes the nature of people is very malicious. You know what I'm saying? So when you know the nature of people and you've been around, then you know. That's why when your mama or your daddy tell you you better watch this person, you might need to listen. You might need to listen because you'll find out they were telling you something because they seen something. They know the nature of people. They've been around here long enough to know how people move. Now, there's some good people. Hey, I've met some really good people in my life. Hey, Jersey boy, how are you, sweetie? I met some really good people in my life. But I'm going to tell you, those people are few, far in between, right? They are. Now, your experience may be different. But my experience dealing with people is good people are few, far in between. And that's just what I feel about it. Now, you can feel something different, and that's fine. Everybody has a different opinion. But that's what I have experienced. And when you have really good friends, it's like a needle in a haystack. It doesn't come often for a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Now, take my cousin Yolanda. Yolanda is a very gregarious person. She's very outgoing. She likes to dance. I mean, she is the life of the party, right? She's the life. So she makes a lot of friends, but I bet you anything, she has more associates than she does have friends. She may call them friends, but she know who her real friends are and who her associates are. And that's all I'm saying. Sometimes you need discernment, you need wisdom, and that comes by living, right? That comes by being burned, being hurt. And it really, it just comes by experience sometimes. when you learn how people move and how to deal with certain types of people. Because there's everybody that you cool with, you're not going to put them in your inner space. You're not going to put them in an intimate space where you tell your deepest, darkest secrets to. That would be unwise, right? Yeah, Captain Wolf. For the people in the back, and you just have to be very cautious of what you're doing. But anyway, I'm going. Selena, she was very a person very busy, but she trusted Yolanda. She trusted her. And when she wasn't paying attention because her father was in her sister was looking at all of the records, and they was like, wait a minute, this is not adding up. The money is not adding up. There's fans that said that they have sent for certain things and they didn't receive them, and they turned in their money. So the father's like, no, this is not adding up. So he goes and do some research, finds out that Miss Yolanda is taking the money. She's taking the money, doing God knows what with it, right? Selena's not paying attention. Selena is busy focusing on her career, her family life, her husband. She has a new husband. She's like making music, and she's climbing up the music charts. I mean, she has no idea that the devil is right up under her. That same devil was sitting up there giving her a ring, this beautiful ring, to show that she appreciated and loved Selena. But she didn't tell Selena that that wasn't just from her. That was from everybody in her company that put their money together to buy that ring. But she told Selena that it came from her. See, you will have the enemy right in your camp, right in your camp. And sometimes you think the enemy is far from you, but sometimes the enemy is so close to you. It could be your family. It could be the closest person that you said was your best friend. It could be your man. It could be your woman. The snake sometimes is the closest to you. And that's where it hurts, right? And so Yolanda, she was a very sick woman. Not only was she malicious, she was very self-centered. She was very envious of Selena, very envious of Selena. And she ended up, I don't know if some of you guys know the story. She ended up, her Abraham, her father told her, hey, you're going to have to get rid of her. She's like, this lady's been stealing from us. She's been stealing from you. You're going to have to get rid of her. So Selena had to make the hard decision and tell her, hey, I can't have you a part of my business anymore. And they terminated her. Well, not knowing, she had a lot of records that Selena and her father needed for the business. So Selena had to get the information from her. Yolanda said that, okay, well, meet me at a hotel. I'm believing it was in Corpus Christi, I think, in Texas, where she was from. And she met her at the hotel, but her father and husband said, we don't want you going by yourself. This woman's crazy. She said, the father was like, well, if she does this, you never know what that woman will do. And the husband was agreeing with the father, and she, being good natured and gullible and having naivety, she went ahead and met up with Yolanda. And well, that, the story to that. Hey, Liz, how are you, sweetie? It ended her life. Her gullibleness, her naivety caused her life. You can never trust a person fully. You can trust some people to a certain extent. Like, there's certain things I know certain people will do, right? Because of my experience dealing with the person. But you don't know that on YouTube. You don't know that in the cyber world, what a person, how far they will go. You don't know that. You have to guard your heart. You have to guard yourself and know that some of these people have not been raised like you, right? Some of these people don't know what decency means. They want decency and loyalty. Hey, Cole, but they don't know what decency and loyalty really is. Because if they did, they wouldn't operate in the way that they operate. You will have some people that will pretend like I'm real, I'm this, I'm that, just to find out that everything that you did share with the person, they telling other people that are your enemies. They going up on panels, huffing and puffing, talking about you, and you not even there. So if you use the same rules that you use in your real personal life on YouTube, you would keep yourself out of a lot of problems. And if I would have used the rules that I used in my personal life, I wouldn't have gotten into a lot of problems on YouTube. I should have been reserved. And I should have, my thing is I can't turn back time, right? If I could turn back time, there would have been so many things that I would have done differently. But I can't beat myself up. And I would say if you made any of these mistakes, being on YouTube or any social media platform, and you've made some mistakes, you can't beat yourself up. You can realize that this was a life lesson, right? This life lesson was meant to be uh, learned, you know, and unfortunately, it was maybe at the expense of me. Hey, the word, how are you, sweetie? But you learn to kind of not beat yourself up. You learn to take the information that you've learned and not make the stupid decision again. All right. So now, as I move on these streets, I know there's a few people I really like. Um, and there's a few content creators that I actually really like. But I think even with that, you still have to have boundaries with people. All right. You don't know their what they're going through. Maybe they're also experiencing some paranoia. They might be at a vulnerable point that anything could set them off. So you have to be careful even on how you give other people advice that you actually like. You just learn. I would say from what I've learned, pray for people and keep it moving. You want to be there. You want to be the authentic person that you be, and really, um the people that actually know me, they in real life, they know that I really do try to be an encouraging person. Like there has been people that I've reached behind the scenes and tried to give them an encouraging word and let them say, hey, you have a lot of potential. Don't go that way. And I really would try to encourage people. And that was genuinely what I was trying to do. I wasn't trying to get up close to a person to do anything, but I wanted to really just be genuinely nice. You know, I wasn't perfect, but that was my goal. Because again, if I don't like you, I'm not going to waste my time. I'm not going to waste my time saying nothing to you. So if I like you at that point and I'm actually trying to encourage you, believe that it's coming from a real place. But I even notice, even with that, even with being encouraging to people, there will still be people that, because they are living faulty or they are living in a way where they could care less about other people, they think that you're faking. They think that you're actually um, you know lying, but it's what's in them. That's what people don't realize. A lot of the people, you'll have some people that say, I was checking her out. I know she ain't really for me. She ain't really cool with me. Well, you really didn't give that person a chance. You really just automatically, because of how you perceive the person and then what's going on with you. See, you foul. You wouldn't try to help somebody. It's all about you. So when somebody actually comes in genuinely with a good heart, trying to encourage you, trying to be there for you as a supporter, you take it negatively because of what you got going on the inside. Yes, CC, people need their ass whooped. Correct. Exactly. If I take time out to speak good on you, believe me, because that's right. I'm not an open person either. Not to the point to where I'm just gonna just reach out to people just to say, "Hey, I want to encourage you." Like that doesn't even make sense. If I'm saying something to you, you best to believe it's coming from a good place, right? It's not coming from something that I'm trying to make up so I can get close to you. Listen, and I said this once before because I had this one female had me confused. I don't want nothing nobody on here got. Okay. And I made that very clear. There's no one that I would like to emulate or, or take anything from. Okay. So when I really reach out to people, I'm being myself, actually. And there's no lie on that. Right. So when I'm coming to you with a good heart and you're coming with me with suspicion, it's because of what you have going on the inside of you, and you're projecting it on me as if I'm being fake or I'm being a person that has an agenda, because there's nobody energy that I think is great as mine on this on this app. And that's just how I see it, because I know me. I don't know about them other people. I know me, right? So I really, it really irritates me when people put a hey meek meek. It really irritates me when people portray you or put you in a light that is not desirable, because they don't want you to be put in a light. They want you to be put in a negative. They want you to be put in a negative. I would say a negative light. They don't want you to be positive. They don't want people to see you as really a good person or a beautiful person inside and out. Why? Because there's a little bit of jealousy and envy there. Because they see that, but they don't want other people to see that. So they try to damage your reputation. They want other people to look at you in an undesirable way, you know, and you'll find that on this app. And like I said, I'm not going to hold you long. This is really going to be a short live. But what I want people to understand is that how you carry on in your real life, do that on social media. You know nobody on this app. And sometimes the people that are trying to be nice and really close to you, you have to be extremely careful even with that. I wouldn't say be paranoid, but I would say be very cautious. I was listening to my girl Lon Lon, Empress Lonnie One Love TV, and she had a situation with someone that she deemed, I guess, as a friend. And my heart went out to her because I understood how she felt. Lonnie was very vulnerable at that point, and she was irritated, and probably a little hurt that this situation happened. And I looked at the situation and I was like, wow, I've been in her place where you thinking someone's really cool or somebody's really that somebody actually likes you, just to find out they don't really like you like that. They don't really like you like that. And even though they put on the persona like, yeah, you my girl, I'm down with you, but you laughing with the enemy. You laughing with someone that was belittling me or harassing me or cyberbullying me or whatever negative situation happened in that, right? You are laughing at that. And real people that actually like you don't laugh at your pain with other people. especially with the enemy, especially at the person that is causing it. You just don't do that. There's just certain things that people don't do when they cool with people. You can't tell me this just the, for example, even with Lon Lon, and I hope she's probably asleep. But even with her, like say for instance, if I was cool with me and her were almost we was friends and we was hanging out, and Lon Lon was going and talking to somebody that was harassing and cyberbullying me or whatever, and she was laughing with that person and laughing about me with that person, and I find out about it, you think I'm going to be happy with that? So I'm going to, in my common sense, I'm going to back away from you. I'm going to give you, as my grandmother say, feed you with a long handle spoon. So Lon Lon don't have no reason to be upset with me, because if it was her, she would feel the same way, right? But most people don't see it that way. They only see it from their point of view. Hey, abandoned boys, how are you, sweetie? They only see it from their point of view, right? They don't see it from the other person's point of view. Their point of view is, well, hey, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it a bean. No, it ain't what it is. If it happened to you, how would you feel? Hey, Ernest, I try to put myself in people's shoes. So when you learn to put yourself in people's shoes and quit being so self-absorbed, you can actually see how what other people do actually affects other people. It ain't all about you. It's not all about you. Put yourself in somebody's shoes. Would you want that to be done to you? And if it was done to you, would you be cool with it? Hell no. I can answer that. Hell no. Some people don't know how to respect a friend or how to be a friend. Right, Candy James? It's a lot of folks that say, I'm this type of person. I'm loyal to a fault and all this kind of stuff. But you never show your loyalty. You've never shown your loyalty to somebody, but you want it. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, don't ask for something that you're not willing to give. Always put yourself in people's shoes. I could feel Lonnie. I could feel her hurt. I could feel her disappointment more than anything. That's what I felt. I felt more of her being disappointed than anything. And when you're cool with people, hey Sons, how are you? Laura, when you come in contact with people that you like, and at one point you liked, and then they do that kind of stuff, it's like I can't do nothing but give you the long handle spoon. And don't get mad when I do that, but if you do get mad, that's on you. And then most of the time when they get mad, they turn the story on you as if you was the one that actually did something to them. Ain't that crazy? You talk about some crazy self-absorbed people. The crazy thing is that people fall out, then you get mad at a party, then the week next week they cool, but now you still got beef, but it didn't involve you in the first place. That's why I let people handle it. Yeah, and sometimes you never get cool with people, and that's cool too. There'd be some people I won't ever get cool with, and I'm perfectly fine with it. My life go on, their life has went on. At least it should. But the fact of the matter is, some people never go on about their life. They're still looking at you and trying to, see if you saying something about them. My thing is, and I'm telling you, and Yolanda knows this. Um, I'm a kind of person. I really try. I don't like confrontation, but I damn sure don't run from it. I'm gonna tell you that. I'm really a person that like to have fun. You see me, I like to be silly. I like to dance. I just like to have a good time. But when it comes down to people being silly with me, I really don't like that because it brings out that other part of me that I try not to let come out a lot. And that other part of me comes out. It's not so nice, and it really puts me in a bad light, and I don't like that, right? And so I try to stay away from people that bring the worst out of me, if that makes sense. And sometimes you'll find on this app, and you should, and even in real life, that there's just certain people, if you see them in a chat or something, you just move around or you just ignore them, because if you don't, you will find, hey QT, you will find yourself being I would say irritated, or being ready to be confrontational. I'll say that. So sometimes it's not in everybody, anybody that really knows me know I'm not scary, but it takes a lot. I don't want to go there, if that makes sense. Um, I have some amazing friendships on social media, but YouTube is different beast. I talked to one person here outside of YouTube and DM too. That's it. Correct. Make your circle even on social media very small. Because even with that, like I said, you just can't let too many snakes get in, because once they slither in, you in some trouble. You in some trouble. You will have people that kind of know how you move, and then they will hear some troll account try to get in touch with them and say these things that you said about that person. And then instead of the person coming to you, they're going to listen to to whoever the trolls is, whoever that can't come behind the mask to show themselves, and they'll trust that instead of coming to you as an adult. And then they want to get mad and put your stuff on Front Street. Find stuff out for yourself. Quit being little children, putting stuff on a community wall, or trying to front people in a chat. You knew how you got in contact with that person from the beginning. That's how you contact people. Get to know the person. Once you get to know the person, call them. Let them, hey, did this happen? Be upfront. Quit doing the petty little kid stuff that people do online. Quit doing it. If you people say y'all grown men and grown women, handle yourself as such. Right? Yeah, stop grouping up people. Stop grouping up people. Say and if you are, I would say if you're going to go public and say who you're talking about, then yeah, call them out. Instead of saying you MFers, or you fake people, or you snakes. Like, what the hell are we doing? Just say who you're talking about. And if I feel like it, and if I'm around, I might answer that call. I might address the bullshit at the door. But grouping people because you mad is what is what causes a lot of confusion. Now, I'm just talking about personal. I'm talking about things that I have experienced. But a lot of people, I'm gonna tell you, when you're dealing with a few people on here, you better I'm gonna say, watch people before you give them your phone number. Don't give everybody your phone number. Don't give everybody, don't give somebody so much access to you. When people have a lot of access to you, they feel they have something, they not, I would say, own you, but they feel like they know you when they really don't really know you, if that makes sense. Sometimes you really have to wean people out. You really have to observe people and see where they're coming from. You know what I'm saying? And everybody has not been raised the same. Number one, I'm gonna start asking people, well, how was you raised? how was you raised? You know, and when I find out some of the things that they've told me, sometimes you need to listen to the things that people say and don't say. Because when you find out that some people got had a real jacked up, I'm not saying some people can't change from their childhood, what has happened to them. But a lot of times, what trauma we've dealt with as a child, we take it to adulthood and we take it to adult relationships. Because I find out on here, there's a lot of grown boys, there's a lot of grown girls that's crying for attention, that's crying from their insecurities, that's crying from jealousy and envy, that's crying from delusion. There's a lot of grown boys and grown girls that still don't know that they are grown boys and grown girls. You may be 40 something years old, you may be 30 something years old, but you act like you 12 because of how you carry yourself on these platforms. Listen, I'm going to be me on this platform and in my real life. I'm getting too old to be doing any faking and shaking and acting like something that I'm not. I tell y'all every day, hey, I'm a work in progress. I try to live Christ like, but I will cut you or shoot you. I'm just being honest. I mean, hey, it is what it is. But I'm really trying to live a life where I can be proud of myself, my family can be proud of myself, and my creator. But at the end of the day, I'm also human. I make a lot of mistakes. I say some things I shouldn't say or do some things I shouldn't do. But one thing about Selena is if I got something to say or I feel a certain kind of way, you best to believe I don't have a problem with expressing that. I know how to be articulate and I know how to be hood. It just depends on which one you want, right? So I would say on this app, take advice from me when I tell you this. And I've said it more than once because I have to always remind myself, be very careful the people you entertain. The snake could be very closer. Well, it could be very close to you than you think. I would say that. Everyone that says they like you, that they speak to you in the chat, that's not necessarily the truth. Um, and we just have to take sometimes what we've experienced in life, we have to use that experience for YouTube or any other social media platform. You have to be careful whose chat you're in, the type of content they're doing. Sometimes it's just best to be a spectator so you can interact. I won't expose myself to energies I don't want. Right. It's good to be a spectator. Also, I would say, I'm not talking about every content creator, but I would say it's not good sometimes to be close to a lot of different content creators because you don't know if those content creators are actually talking to another content creator about you. Then it comes across where you're being nice or overly friendly to you being messy, right? You have to be careful and guard your heart. You have to be, and I'll keep saying that, you have to be careful of the people you're interacting with because you don't know these people, just like they don't know you. Don't get too close to a lot of different content creators. You will find your name. You will find your name in a in a live. Chicky Channel TV. CC. Mr. Goodbar. You will be in their content. You will be in their title. Okay. And I'm just saying that because that's how people do. They don't they Yeah, all right, car. Yeah. They have no decency about themselves a lot of times. And a lot of people, it's just about clicks and views. They don't care about hurting your feelings. They don't care about you could be close to suicidal. They don't care. So don't get close to some of these content creators because you don't know if a person is really a decent person. People can come off like they're a real sweet person, like even me. I could come off like a real sweet person, but I could be dangerous. Now I'm dangerous. Well, I'm gonna just say if I'm really mad, but I'm not dangerous to the point that I'm coming at subscribers. Like that's weird to me because I've experienced it. So I'm not. I've learned. Hey, John, how are you, sweetie? I go where I want to, even to CC or beefing. I go by my own personal interaction or whether I like the person. Right. It's different kinds of snakes. Also, I don't rattle. Some are poisonous. Some are constrictors. Snakes come in all different shapes and sizes. That's right. Like I said, it's different types of snakes, but the end of the end of the day, there's still a snake. So even with that being said, you, I would say just be careful either way. You know, a lot of these people on here, I would say they don't have a decency about themselves. There's certain things you just don't do. It's certain things, even if you want to do it. There's been a lot of things I wanted to say, and I could say it because I'm grown. But you have to realize whatever you say, you gonna have to, it's gonna be some consequences. It's gonna be some traction behind it. It's gonna be something behind that, whatever you say. So you better make sure when you say it, you're ready. You're ready for what comes with what you have to say. So a lot of things I keep to myself or I say to people that I actually know and I trust. I don't say it to I don't everything I and this is what some content creators need to understand and even subscribers. Everything you feel you don't need to say. You don't need to say it. Sometimes you need to learn to be quiet. Sometimes you need to get some wisdom and know some things to say and some things not to say, right? But unfortunately, we're dealing with a society that does not practice wisdom. They practice a lot of foolishness, right? So, and as y'all would say, a lot of fuck shit, because that's what they entertain. That's who they are. It's a lot of things I feel on here. I see some things. I'm not speaking on it. Why? Because I don't want that particular type of beef. My channel is stirring in a direction over here, not over there. So when I have to even I tell certain people that I trust what I want to say or about to say about certain things or certain people, and they said, "Nah, don't do that. It could cause A, B, or C." So if you're not looking for that type of energy, you might need to stay away from that conversation or not do that interview or not, do certain things. Just leave it alone. And I find that that has helped me. Now, if people come over here looking for it, I'm not running. I'm right here. I stand solid on everything I say, So I don't run from stuff, but at the same time, I'm not going to try to start stuff either. It's certain things and certain people I'm not going to speak on because I don't want that over here in my chat and my on my channel. I'm just not doing it. Okay, what you say? I know when I hold them and okay, you know when to hold them and know when to fold them. Know when to walk away. You ain't lying. And some people I just walk away. I've already left. I left you what a few days ago and you still holding on. So please let it go. Some people just don't know when to let it go. And when they don't let it go, then like I say, I don't mind addressing certain things, but I understand there's certain things I won't address because they're not worth my energy. They're not worth my time. You know what I'm saying? I don't have that type of, and Yolanda knows this if she's still in the chat. I am a kind of person, I'm not going to go back and forth with you. I'm just talking about laying hands. And I'm more mature now where that's not the first option, but it's close to the second, you know. So hey, it is what it is. I think people when they on social media, they need to be aware what you say counts. Everybody don't take social media and YouTube as just it's just YouTube. No, I don't take it that way. You keep coming at me, I'm starting to think that this is personal. Yeah, I'm gonna start thinking it's personal. Oh yeah, Yolanda, I'm gonna tell you about that. This Gary, I'm telling you, I got a lot to tell you. I forgot to tell you last time. But yeah, these people, I'm like, you better put up or shut up. Come meet me in Oak Cliff. No point in bringing unnecessary drama your way unless you want it. Correct, John. That's why a lot of stuff I don't speak on. Because this is not just YouTube. I don't, because I'm like this. If I don't keep coming for you, don't do it to me. I have boundaries because I was raised with decency. There's certain things that I'm just not going to do or entertain because number one, I don't have the time or the energy. I don't have the care. I guess the concern to keep going back and forth. I would say that, you know. So that's just not something that I've ever been good at going back and forth with. It's just like, look, do something about it at this point. So that's just kind of how I feel. Like I said, a lot of things I kind of keep to myself. I move how I move for a reason. Whatever I do is for a reason. Off topic. Everyone in the South, be careful. The smoke from Canada wildfires are heading your way. Oh, okay. Dang. We've been getting a lot of rain over here too. Yeah, in Dallas. So it's headed south here. I'm gonna have to check that out. I was told that I don't say things you don't want people to hear. Just learn that when you tell someone something, it becomes theirs to do with what they will. Not saying it right or wrong, just facts. Correct. That's why I said you have to watch who you say stuff to, because you don't know what you who is who sometimes. There's people that pretend like they really good people and they have best intentions when they really don't. They don't like you like that. I'm gonna put if somebody would like to come up, you're more than welcome. I'm gonna put this in my chat. So if anybody would like to come up, come up. I would be happy to have you. Like I said, sometimes when you have people on your panel, it helps to kind of, make your yes, Yolanda, that's my hood. see they gonna have South Oak Cliff coming out in me. I'm trying to be good. See, Yolanda, I do Yolanda crazy. But the link is in the chat, guys. If you would like to come up, you are more than welcome to push the link and come aboard. I'm more than happy. California's been smoky. Oh, okay. I gotta check on we got a lot of relatives in Cali. Note to everybody, please do not get on Selena's bad side. It's just not what you want. Girl, you and Yolanda know. That's why I'm like, people that got me all the way messed up. What in the hell? Like I said, I'm a kind of person, I don't like confrontation. I really don't. But it's like I don't run from it either if I have to deal with it. Mr. Goodbar, your turn. Hit the panel. That's what Chicky D said. Yolanda, if you want to come up, you can too. That's my cousin, y'all. She crazy, just like me. So yeah, like I said, we good people, but at the same time, we're fighters too. We definitely, and we take care of our own. We definitely do. We are good people. Um, yeah, Tanise is a sweetheart. That's my girl. But yeah, Chicky, tell Mr. Goodboy to come up here. Y'all can come up here, but yeah, I just wanted to kind of tell y'all a little bit about that because I think a lot of people need to understand. Quit playing with folks, but also go be wise when you're dealing with people. Everybody hasn't been raised on like you. Everybody is not on the same level as you. Everybody doesn't have the same, I would say, ideal of what decency is, and how not to get involved in the mess, right? I trusted some people and I probably shouldn't have. I've supported people that I probably shouldn't have. But because I'm thinking, I would say, as the older people would say, looking in rose colored glasses, thinking that, hey, everything is cool. That's not always how that other person looks at it. That other person, because they are malicious or they only seek for themselves, they think you like that. So when they think you like that, instead of them really actually getting to know you as the sweet person that you try to be, they turn you into a whole different other person. And you like, well, damn. My intentions was to actually be a friend or a supporter or kind to you or nice or encouraging you. It wasn't to harm or hurt you. But people, because they have that type of mentality, they will put that on you. Thank you, CC. I try to be, like I said, keep you want to keep me on your good side. I will say that. You know, I can't say what I want anyway, Cheeky. Selena said be nice. Well, long as it's nobody I would say in the chat or outside of the chat, you don't have to say names, good Mr. Goodboy. You can come up here. Oh, you doing your hair. John, you have some good things to say sometimes. You're really good with not sometimes, you know what you have a lot of good things to say. You can come up here. Anybody can come up. If you still in the chat. I know Candy will come up. The word, if you would like to come up, you can. I put the link in the chat. But like I said, I wasn't gonna be up here too long. Um, okay, thank you, Kitty. I'm not gonna stay up here too long, but I just wanted people to know, be careful how you handle yourself on this app. And if it's nobody else that you get this type of information from, just know that everybody, and you, if you know this in real life, apply it to social media. Everybody is not what they seem, and sometimes people see greatness in you and um they want to put a stain on you. A bunch of uncouth, yes, mofos. Yes, there is. It is a lot of uncouth people. Um, Unfortunately, like I said, it's more. It's probably more than we think because I'm starting to see most people ain't they haven't been raised right. I can't. You can't if you have been brought up, and some people have. Some people, now I've met people that have been raised right. Their parents have did the very best that they can do, or whoever that was their guardian. They did the very best that they could do with a person, and the person still turned out lousy, right? So you have those type of incidents, but then you have another type of incidents where people have not been raised, and they don't know how to be like decent people. It's all about me. You'll hear me say this all the time. It's all about me, myself, and I. I can say I've learned a lot during my time chatting on YouTube in these sectors. What a journey. Never knew there was so many fake, malicious, weak, miserable adults. Correct. And yes, they should be in a mental illness ward, some people. Um, and I don't think, you know, when you're so busy looking at other people and their behavior, You need to look at your own. I've always learned to be self-aware of who I was, right? I know some of my limits. I know my weaknesses. I know my strengths. I know where I'm almost to the edge. So I know myself enough to know certain things I'm just not going to do. There's certain things I'm not going to say. There's certain people I ain't going to be around. And there's just some things I'm just not going to entertain. Period. You know? And I have never seen anything like this. If you've been, I would say, on YouTube and you've actually been in a sector and gotten to know certain people, kind of know some of their behavior just because of how they type or maybe how they get on panels and express themselves, you kind of know the patterns of different people, right? And then when you see certain things, that should be an inkling that, well, if this person did this person like this, what makes you think they won't do you like that? People are very fickle. They will turn on you. And even we have sometimes fickle ways. Our emotions turn at the blink of an eye. So what makes you think other people that you don't know is not going to be fickle? What makes you think that when this person dogs this person out, put all their information or things that they've told on the internet out, what makes you think when they get mad at you, they won't do the same thing? You know, it's certain things you have to look at and you have to observe. Don't think that just because this person did it to somebody else, they won't do it to you. That's why you shouldn't get, I would say, try to get involved with other mess to come at another person because you really don't know. Okay, well, will this person do it to me? They did it to them. What if I make them mad? You next. Piss them off. Say something. Do something in the chat. You on their hit list. So you really just gotta, I would just say, don't be surprised. Don't be surprised the people that I will say smile in your face, but you sometimes really don't see people unless you talk to them outside of YouTube. But don't be surprised the same people that chat with you, same people that seem like they really liked you, are actually really there for you. Don't think that they actually like you. I always say, well, I'm gonna just be honest, I don't know. They seem to be. Now I say they seem to be rather than, oh, they're nice. No, they seem, because seem and is two different things at the end of the day. It's a lot of people seem nice. It's a lot of people seem like they're trustworthy. That doesn't necessarily mean that that's what they are. And now I see a lot of just snakes biting snakes. How a snake gonna get mad at another snake? Y'all both snakes. These people are. It's at this point it's comical because some of the same things that I was talking about has came to pass. Whether someone tells me or not, I have been vindicated, and that's what makes it even more laughable. I try not to laugh at other people's misfortunes or problems, but it does make you feel like, okay, well, I wasn't as crazy as maybe some people thought. I'll just say that. Because I always try not to be mean, but sometimes karma comes at us all. We ain't gonna run from karma. And as the good book says, we reap what we sow. So whatever good seeds or whatever bad seeds you put out there, you definitely will get in return. And I said it before, it's a universal law. It is about to happen. You might not get it today. You might not get it tomorrow. You might get it in a couple of years from now. You just never know. And it might not come back on you. It might come back on your children, might come back on your grandchildren. So I always have said to myself, be careful how you treat people. You just never know. That's why when I was known as the YouTube thought and had a prostitution ring. This one content creator said I had a prostitution ring. People were laughing at it. They thought that was so funny that people would say I was a YouTube prostitute and had a prostitution ring. It bothered me because I knew that was not true. But then I had to realize, well, people are going to lie on you. You just have to be sure that it ain't true. Because if it's true, then baby, yeah, you got some problems. Thank you, Yolanda. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for coming through. You just better hope it's not true. So I just say I've learned a lot on this app. I'm glad that I did. I hate that I had to experience some of the things I've experienced, but it's made me to be the person that I am today and the person that I will become in the future. And that person is a bold person. That person is a person that's living with a purpose. That person is going to be able to speak with conviction, with passion, and with truth. I ain't going to be speaking lies, 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 lies. I'm not going to be speaking that. I'm going to be speaking the truth, or at least the way I see it. Right. So since nobody wants to come up, I bid everybody a good night. I hope everyone has a great weekend. I might come back Saturday. You know, I like doing my little Saturday afternoon lives. So you guys can come through. I appreciate each and everybody that came through here today. You have been a blessing to me. You are, I tell you, you are a joy. And I appreciate your support. And I say that because I want to remind you how important you are to me. I don't have to know you. I always say this, I don't have to know you to love you. I appreciate you guys because you could have been anywhere on this YouTube streets. And some of you probably were and you came back. I appreciate it even then. But I appreciate your support. So make sure you push the like, share, and the notification button. And I pray you guys have a great night. Thank you so much, John. Thank you, Cheeky, Candy, MG, Realist, Mr. Good Bar. I'm gonna go back. I'm trying to keep my girl Kita, CC, Candy, QT, Brooklyn Lady, my girl, my cousin Yolanda, and I said Chickadee. The word. Thank you for coming through. I'm trying to go back. And please charge it to my head and not my heart if I don't get everybody. My girl Harley, my Ernest, Captain Wolf. That's my boy. He's so funny. Let's see who else. I would have to go way, way up. Abandoned Boys. And I think I said the word. Meek. And Cole Watts. Who else? You know who you are. Channel Forbes. Thank you for coming by, sweetie. I appreciate you. My boy, Free Thinkers, Jersey boy. Richie Rich. And I think I got everybody. I think I did. My girl Tam, JB. Miss Queen, Sun Kissed. Nate the Great. I'm going up. My girl Chris. Shout out to all the content creators I fool with. You know who you are. Shout out to you guys. I hope everybody numbers go up. I hope everybody is blessed today. So I hope you got something out of what I said today. I know, like I said, it's a short live, but I hope you got something out of what I said. And like I said, I'm trying to be a better person, and I hope you guys are on the journey is doing the same. So good night. Love you guys. Remember, I don't have to know you to love you. Smooches.